All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to Sip and a Smoke.
Welcome back, guys.
So we are redoing this video. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but we did find out some new information about this cigar. We're doing the one shot, one kill Ogre, and it was the first time we did it. It was a decent cigar.
It kind of lost some of its luster, let's say, about halfway through the cigar.
Yeah. So, in talking with several people about it, I have come to find out that after that first third, if you simply add Diet Coke as a drink, it's going to completely change this cigar. And we've said from the beginning, if, the right drink can make a cigar good, or it can make a cigar bad.
Or vice versa.
Good cigar bad, bad cigar good with the drink. So we're going to put that to the test today.
Absolutely.
And we are going to, at about a third of the way down, we're going to start drinking Diet Coke. They also say you can do it with Coke that's made with sugar as opposed to that. So like Mexican Coke, things like that.
Natural sugar, yeah.
So, anyways, back to this cigar.
So it comes in a unique packaging here with the tissue on the ends.
Really makes it stand out at the cigar shop.
Absolutely. It can do two things. One, it can be there to protect the ends of the cigars because this is actually tapered on both ends. Or it could be just to make it unique and different. You want to make sure that your brand stands out on a shelf. So that definitely makes it stand out for sure.
So this is a Nicaraguan Puro, right? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Puro, which means it's all Nicaraguan tobacco, correct?
Pure one origin tobacco.
All right. So in the beginning, you should find notes of things like cinnamon, a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of leather, a little bit of red pepper on that exhale.
Thanks, sir.
So this one actually starts off as a medium and works its way up to, I would say, right around a, not quite a full, but maybe a medium full body cigar. So basically it goes from a really nice cigar to just a little bit better when it hits at the end.
And we're using a V-cut on this torpedoed end there. And you'll see there's a little bit of a taper on this end. Now last time I had this cigar, there was a lot of issues with the burn and the wrapper splitting.
Yes.
So I'm hoping that was just an anomaly, and this time it'll be much better.
Yes. And we are today pairing it with
Glenmorange.
Glenmorange.
This is a 10-year-old single malt from the Highlands. It's got some honeysuckle, almonds, just some vanillas, very light flavors. This definitely is something that opens up when you add some ice to it. So we're doing it with an ice sphere to kind of let that open up, bring in some of those more mellow, sweet undertones, rather than the heat of the high alcohol if you drink it neat.
Right.
And so that's what we're pairing it with, just to kind of offset some of the spice and pepper that you're going to get off of this cigar.
Now, I'm sure you guys have figured out by now that I am the nerd of the group. And I personally bought this simply because of the show The Highlander, which I am now going to force you to watch.
Never even heard of it.
I know, and that's really sad. But I'm gonna make you watch it so you can be like, okay, I understand why that drink's pretty good.
All right, we'll see about that.
So, starting off with this cigar, what are you tasting so far? What do you think?
So far, very peppery. Very much what you would expect from a Nicaraguan puro. It's got some pepper, earthy notes, leather, very rich flavors. And those are the flavors that I enjoy. I like that peppery, deep notes that you're going to get from a Nicaraguan tobacco, just in general. So far, I'm enjoying it.
You and me both. I've had, like I said, we had this one before. I actually enjoyed it. Yeah, it's got some really good notes in it. You're gonna find that cinnamon in the beginning, but I don't really taste it. They say there's a good amount of cinnamon. I don't actually taste that. I do taste the red pepper. I do taste the leather. Very, very little chocolate right about now.
Yeah, I think after you take a sip of that Glenmorangie, you get a little bit of like a dry, unsweet, dark chocolate kind of aftertaste.
Yes.
That's what I'm getting, kind of like a baker's chocolate.
Yes, I would agree with you on that. So, all right, guys, we're going to pause the video for a little bit. We're going to come back to you in just a little bit, okay? All right, so we've both reached that point at which the whiskey starts taking over and really makes the whiskey stand out.
Yeah.
The cigar kind of loses a little bit right here at the second, third. I mean, I know I'm at that spot. Are you?
Yeah, we experienced this last time, and apparently it is a common phenomenon with this particular cigar to a point where you have people recommending ways to overcome that.
Right.
To where this cigar just loses its luster and just kind of is just there.
Yeah.
At a certain point.
So what I was told is that to make this cigar really good is to just do a simple thing of either Diet Coke or Coke with real sugar. So we're gonna try it.
I'm personally not a fan of Diet Coke, so we'll see.
I'm a guy who believes that the first three letters of the word diet are true.
There you go. Let's see how this works.
Change the flavor of Diet Coke.
The Diet Coke becomes palatable.
Mm-hmm.
But you still can't taste the cigar at all.
Honestly, I get more chocolate in it now.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm still tasting kind of the Diet Coke sugars and not much of the cigar. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it makes Diet Coke palatable. It really does.
Yeah, absolutely.
Surprisingly.
Absolutely.
But outside of that, it doesn't
really enhance the cigar. It enhances the Diet Coke.
You get a little bit of flavor, extra flavor in the cigar, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So
it's the same experience we were having with the Glenmorangie, where the Scotch became the star of the pairing.
Right.
About a third way into the cigar lost its luster.
And I'm still gonna. I'd rather have that.
Yeah, and I'd rather see the Scotch stand out and let it carry the cigar as opposed to a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
So that's just me.
All right, guys. So here we are. We're gonna go ahead and finish this up. The last time Tomas had the issues with his cigar, unraveling, and I don't know if you can see it right there, but it's actually starting to break apart. The only good thing I'm going to say is that you're not losing any smoke. There's nothing coming out from this. It's not making it harder to draw on. I do keep my finger over it though, so that way it kind of helps keep it tight together right there.
Yeah, mine has not been unraveling this time at least, but it's just not burning straight at all. And I've had to make corrections on it already, and it's already kind of running again. So I don't know if it's a matter of the wrapper. It's a very thin wrapper that's being used on there, or if it's a matter of the fact that it's a shaped cigar. And shaped cigars are very difficult to roll. You have to roll it a little bit tighter than a normal cigar, the wrapper around it to kind of make the tapers without creating creases and bulges in the tobacco. So it's a different technique. And I think maybe just that because of that technique, it's causing issues with the wrapper.
So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and rate these. Now, the way we rate them is by the burn, and the burn just means how is it going down, whether it stays really nice and straight, or if you're having issues like Tomas. For the burn on mine, I haven't had any issues on this one or the previous one. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give this a nice 8 on the burn.
I'll go with a 7 on the burn. It's still burning. It interferes with the experience when you have to stop, light the cigar. It changes the flavor a little bit when you burn, when you relight it, because you're burning ash. And so I'll go with a 7.
The aroma, all that means is how does it smell? What does it smell like in here? The aroma is actually kind of pleasant. I have no issues with it, so I'm going to give that an 8 on the aroma.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give it an 8. It's a mild aroma. It's not astringent or strong. It's pleasant.
Yeah. The draw, how easy is it to pull in the smoke? It actually draws really nice. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give the draw an 8 also.
Yeah, I'll go with 9 on the draw. It draws really easily, especially being a torpedoed cigar or a tapered end. With this V-cut, it does the trick. It opens it up well enough to be able to get a good, easy draw.
The looks, just how does it look on everything? From your tag right here, how does the ring look, to how does the whole cigar look from the beginning? You know, it looks really good until it starts breaking, honestly. So once you have that, you kind of worry a little too much. So I'm going to give the looks about a 6. I like the way it looks, but me having to worry about these cuts, and I know you had that on the last one. So
yeah, I'm going to go with a 6 on the looks. The shape of the cigar, when you first get it, it's an attractive cigar. The wrapper is dry. It doesn't have much of a sheen to it. I like to see some oily sheen on the wrapper. It's just appealing when you first see a cigar that way. The band, just you can't really make out what is on the band. It's a lot of design on a very small band. So I'd probably go with about a 6.
And the taste, just how does it taste on the tongue, on the exhale of it, you know? The taste at the beginning, I want to give it an 8 at the very first third of it. That second third just loses entirely too much. So that I would have to go down to like a 5 almost. But then on the last third, it does start to pick up. But
it's starting right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. But, you know, it's one of those little late, you know.
Yeah, by that time, some people would have put out the cigar by now and gotten something else. I mean, and speaking of the wrappers, mine's got a big crack developing right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, flavor-wise, I'd probably put it at a solid 6. Just because when you average out the good impact on the beginning to the taper down.
Yeah. So, yeah, overall, I would have to give this a 7. I didn't have an issue smoking it again, but it wasn't one of those ones that I'm like, man, I really want this. I want to share this experience with a friend of mine kind of situation.
Sure. Yeah, I'm going to go with a 6. I was going to be on a 7, but now that mine's starting to crack, and that means it's going to start having issues in this last portion of the cigar before I had a chance to rate it. So I'm going with a 6 on this one. Not something I would definitely be looking for in the future.
All right, now for the Glenmorange. I got to give Glenmorange a 9 easy. I absolutely love this stuff. It sits well. It just, the flavor, the smell, everything about it is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, so I definitely enjoy it. I think it's a solid 9. Would definitely go out and find a bottle for myself to add to my collection as well.
And it's only $40 and some change.
Great value.
Yeah. So, from us here at Sip and a Smoke, guys, cheers.
Cheers.
And we'll see you next time.